the fish will start concentrating. Beautiful Hinchinbrook Barra. This is what I mean. Now it's free to move around. Here we go. Oh, see you later, fella. Oh. I'm going to upsize my offerings today. I love my surface, but I'm going to go subsurface. And we've got a 5-inch Holt prawn that I've put a stinger on, and then added a little bit of a bling just for some contrast. And I've got here a swim bait. Both of them put out some nice vibrations. The water's still pretty dirty, so I'm going to hit a little bit bigger drains, feeder creeks, some flats, areas where I know bait fish are hanging around and where a big barra might be hanging around. I think I've said this before, but I do like to add a little bit of attractant, a bit of scent. This is just the S factor. It's one that I like. It doesn't matter which one you prefer, once it works for you and gives you some confidence. Yeah, so the tide's falling, and as it falls even further, it's going to start to expose some mud. I'm going to concentrate that over these bigger baits on some bigger feeder creeks, or bigger feeder drains and smaller feeder creeks, I should say. That was interesting. I don't know what it was, but something grabbed hold of it. Definitely a fish torn it up a little bit there, and you can see where it sucked the plastic back on the jig head. So I'm willing to bet that was a barra that sucked it in. All right, these bigger drains and feeder creeks are starting to get exposed now as the mud starts dropping. So what'll happen now is the fish will start concentrating in certain areas around the drain where the bait are being swept to or corralled to. That was after it. And took it. I'd say that was a barracuda. Snip him in half, all right? I'll re-rig and get back into it. I was halfway through re-rigging and noticed the other half of my soft plastic got bitten off, floating in the water. We all need to be good citizens. Pick him up, throw him in the bin. The less we leave behind, the more there'll be for us next time. And by that, I mean environment-wise and fish-wise. All right, so I just want to show you something. When I'm rigging up and I have a stinger hook there, I cut these eyes off the Holt swim prawn. And the reason I do that is so that the stinger hook doesn't get wrapped around. I thought I cut my line then, but it was all good. The tip of the scissors just got caught. All right, so there we go. So this is what I mean. I've got a 1/4 ounce jig head on a 6.0 or 7.0 hook. I can't remember exactly, but it's one of those two, with a number 2 stinger or treble hook and a split ring through the eye of the hook to hold that on. And if that eye was still there on this Holt prawn, that'd be catching all the time, but now it's free to move around. These are the feeder creeks that I'm talking about. We've got a large system here and a creek that is quite large, but it's going to hold bait during these tides, and that bait will attract barra. Oh, what do we got? Pretty well straight away. It doesn't feel quite right. I don't know, I think it's a barra, it's just not all that big. That's sort of the, almost chewed up in the electric. That's sort of the size I was after, but the first one of the day, I'll take that. It's like it pinned in the, with the stingers. I'll bring him around here, and once that stinger stays in, we'll put him in the net. There we go. Third barra 2024, and I think that might actually be size. Put them on the lie detector and find out. Oh, there we go. Beautiful Hinchinbrook Barra. Pinned with a main hook. I think he had the treble pinned to his head before, but anyway, we'll get this out and get this guy back. Perfect example of the fish that sit at the mouth of these feeder creeks and bigger drains. We'll get this guy back in the water and see if we can get a bigger one. All right, see you later, fella. Whoop. He was ready to go. Oh, here we go. Well, it's not bigger, but it's another barra. He's sitting right on that edge. Well, that's number 2. These big 5-inch prawns, even the smaller ones are taken. There we go, jump straight in the net. All right, not size, but a respectable 55, so 3 centimetres short of size. And you can see these guys still willing to take these bigger lures, no problem at all. Let this guy go. Go on. All right, change it to white because I can. Good as excuse as any. And we'll see if they like that. Oh, there we go. I had my head turned for a second. What do we got? Might be a jack. And it is a lovely jack. Well, that'll be a nice way to end the day. Lovely mangrove jack. All right, we'll get him in, get a tag in him, have a closer look. Beautiful jack, he's well over 40. And he's crunched that 5-inch Holt prawn. He's taken the main hook, which is good. Be easy to get out. I will get it out, get a tag in him and take a closer look. How'd you like that looking at you if you were bait fish? Oh. Premature release, all good. He was going back in a few seconds anyway. That sun is getting really low, a couple more casts and then we might head for home, I think.